The Kirtland Hornets entered Robert C. Dunn Field with a chance to finish another season with a perfect record, as the 6-3 Rootstown Rovers hosted what would end up being another massive all-around victory for the Hornets. The Rovers began the game with the ball and started by putting together a decent drive. The momentum was stopped, however, toward midfield where the Hornet defense came up with 3 big-time tackles, all of which had one common factor, that being Mario Lober, who was involved in all 3. With Kirtland's first drive after a Rover punt, it was off to the races for the Hornet running back duo. Ty Bledsoe took the rock for a huge gain, shedding defenders on his way. John Silvestro finished the drive up with a long touchdown pass from Lorber, cutting halfway across the field and running in for the first score of the game, Kirtland 7, Rootstown 0. On Kirtland's next possession, Silvestro broke off an even more impressive run, pulling off a house call as he refused to be denied his second touchdown of the night, extending Kirtland's lead 14-0. On defense, Lorber came up again, snagging the Rootstown quarterback behind the line of scrimmage. In the second quarter, it was much of the same for Kirtland's defense, securing tackles for loss and snuffing out whatever the Rovers attempted to start on offense. With the ball back in Silvestro's hands, no defense is safe, as evident by this chunk gain for a Kirtland first down. After the offense turned the ball over deep in Rover territory, the Kirtland defense quickly gave the ball back to their offense after Ryan Kamiemi picked off the Rootstown quarterback. Kamiemi made sure to get some yards after the interception, not on defense however, but by catching a pass from Lorber for a first down. Bledsoe was the back who turned the Kirtland interception into points, blasting through the huge hole the Hornet line made for him, giving Kirtland a 21-0 lead in the second. On the ensuing kickoff, the Hornets snagged their second turnover of the game, recovering a fumble dropped by their Rover return man. Once again, Kirtland capitalized, this time off the back of Silvestro, who recorded his third touchdown of the game, 28-0 as Kirtland entered the second half. The Hornets came out of halftime with a blaze of energy, and Bledsoe kept fueling it. With Kirtland's opening drive, the running back gained yet another huge chunk of yardage. Lorber finished out the drive, getting into the end zone thanks to a swarm of Hornets assisting him, as Kirtland stretched the lead 35-0 in the third. More shutout defense from Kirtland only made them more energized and quickly gave the ball right back to the offense, who looked to put up one more touchdown on the scoreboard. Lorber hit Tommy Kamiemi with a deep ball in the fourth quarter, which Kamiemi took all the way to the end zone after the catch, and adding on to Kirtland's lead 42-0 in the fourth. The Hornets ended the game by recovering a Rover onside kick after a Rootstown score, and in doing so locked up another perfect season for Laverde and his Hornets. There will be no game for the Hornets Friday, as they received a first-round bye in the playoffs. Next week, Friday, November 7th, the number 1 seed Hornets will face off against the winner of Springfield versus Wycliffe.
Yeah, that's definitely that's our that's what we do. Like we try and shut everybody down. We bring the energy. and we're flying all around the field to get to the ball. We just take what the defense gives us. We run the ball, and then if we see a pass open, we know they're not going to expect it because they think we're just going to run the ball. So we try and work on our passing a lot as we go later into the season because that's when we need it. We face better teams that can play the run better, and we have to be able to pass too. Energy is number one. We gotta come to the playoffs starting off strong, and we gotta finish strong too. We're not gonna let up, so we just gotta come out fighting hard and do what we have to do in practice.
It starts with the kickoffs. A big hit off the kickoff will fire us up. Andy Ridgway, number 0, aka Hitman, brought the energy. That second half, first kickoff, killed 2 kids and made a tackle. I mean, brings the energy, fires the boys up so we can go out there and do our job. This bye week, new thing, so we're not used to it, but I feel like we're not the biggest team, but if we go and hit the weight room hard, we will be the strongest. And if we're just a big family. We've been playing with each other our entire lives and lifting hard with each other, eating with each other, going to school, going to get food. That really builds our bond to cheer on your boys, be happy for them, and fight for them.
It's great. I love being energetic throughout the whole game. I think it makes it fun, even when we're beating a team by 40 points or whatever. It just adds a little fun to it. So I think we're just gonna take this week to regroup and get back at it, and then we'll see what happens in the playoffs.